Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's Matt, and today I'm continuing the series in which I go through Dark Souls 3 and show my tips and tricks and personal strategies I like to use when attempting to defeat the bosses on Soul Level 1. So, as you can see here, we are in the Church of Yorshka, I think is what it's called. Not quite sure. Anyway, we're getting ready to face everyone's favorite, one of my personal favorite bosses, Pontiff Sulyvahn. Now, before I get into like the breakdown of what I like to do, just a little backstory. My first ever Soul Level 1. This was the first true like roadblock I hit when I was attempting to defeat this boss. Before I had tried it on my first Soul Level 1 run, I always fought Pontiff without parrying and whatnot because I was like, I'm not good at it. I'll just never. I can do it without. But I came to learn pretty quickly that if you want to be done with this fight as quick as possible, and do it pretty brutally as well, parrying is going to be the way to go. So, let's get into the breakdown here. Let me take this off, this. We're going to keep this on for a bunch of damage. I guess we'll keep this on for endurance. We will take this off to throw on the Hornet Ring. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. With this fight, I mean, technically, let's take off this, because for this fight, the plan is not to get hit. That's the name of the game. If you do it right, this is literally how the fight's going to go. You'll walk in, you'll go until he jumps at you. He's going to like fly at you with his sword. As soon as he brings his sword back and he starts going forward on the attack, you parry him, get a riposte, then you run to the other end of the arena. Like, you really want to run the whole way to the other end to get as much distance. You'll start walking at him again. Now, if you went far enough, and if he does it, he'll do the same exact thing. He'll fly right at you. You get a parry, riposte him, and that should get him around half, maybe a little less than half of his health. If the second time, like, you go back and you start walking towards him, and he just keeps walking towards you, don't panic. Move forward. Just be ready to dodge his attacks. He can be quick, but at the same time, it's pretty easy when he gets in a cycle to just dodge through him, and then maybe dodge again, and just keep sprinting all the way back to the entrance of the church. Or like the church hall, whatever you want to call it. So once you get away from him again, you just want to do the same thing. You want to bait out that attack where he just jumps at you, and you can parry him. Okay, so now that we're past that part, he's going to buff after he gets up from being parried and riposted. So what you want to do, and I'm telling you, if you do this right, you can end this fight in a matter of like 30 seconds to a minute. He will, as soon as he gets up, spam him a few times, and when you see him start to go down and start buffing, just get away, because you're going to take damage. If you take a little bit of damage, that's fine. Just pop an Estus quickly to get back to full health for max damage. And then as soon as he's done buffing, as soon as that, like, the stuff on the ground goes away, like, he'll get covered, like, there'll be a big circle of, like, this dark matter stuff. As soon as that goes away, just sprint right up to him and start spamming again. He will almost always, I say almost, because sometimes he doesn't, but almost always want to get his clone in the second phase. So he'll back away from you, and then you just sprint right up to him again. And as he's calling in that clone, just finish him off. The hardest part, if you haven't parried before, is just going to be getting the parry timing down. But believe me, once you die enough times, once you see it a few times and get the timing down, it's like parrying any other enemy or any boss. You'll get into a rhythm. I guess last but not least here, we have some gold pine resin, just for some added damage. I think that's good though. Let's head up. I'll show you what I mean here. Now, technically, I guess you could get the red tearstone ring and add even more damage if you wanted, but I found that this is plenty, and it allows you to be able to take some damage without having to worry too much. Before I head up here, I'm going to grab this ember. Just a good item to have. Now, there's a good chance I don't get the parry on the first time. Just be patient. As I've said before, all strategies here are not supposed to be like 100% foolproof. They take a little practice and skill. Okay, let's start walking up towards them. Alright, let's see if we get it here. Oh shit, I completely forgot. I'm an idiot. Let's back out. That's a wasted thing. I completely forgot. The main reason, one of the main reasons I come to Pontiff after Champion Gundyr, and I can't believe I forgot this. This right here. Absolutely brutal on Pontiff. Apologies for forgetting. It's funny, I've done... So on my channel, I have the Soul Level 1 run that I did. I didn't use the Hornet Ring. I just did Pontiff a little bit earlier than what I am doing here. Then when I had to go back through to get some Soul Level 1 boss clips, because I wanted to have, like, you know, the full run there, and I didn't have some... Oh, damn it. I didn't have some of the bosses do the game freezes. Anyway, I went through and got the Hornet Ring and the +10 weapon, and it made it even easier than when I did it in my original run. Anyway, let's get this. Let's see what we can do. Yep, so sometimes you're not going to get it. Like that. It's alright though, we'll just head back here. And we'll try again. See if he flies. He's not going to, so... Just avoid the attacks as best as you can. Get back to the other end of the arena. Just rebuff here quickly. Very nice. Okay, let's try this again. Nope. Oh, okay. So as you can see there, the first time, I'm pretty sure I didn't die off that hit because I wasn't in the parry animation yet. So it wasn't like a counter hit. That time, I was in the animation, but I got hit, and it killed me. Anyway, doesn't really matter. We'll head right back up here. Like I said, some days your parry game is going to be on point. Sometimes it'll take a few times before you get into the swing of it. Alright, let's get it this time. There we go. Alright, so here we go. We'll get the parry and riposte. Look at all that fucking damage. Start sprinting to the other end of the arena. Go the whole way till you get to the fog gate. Then turn around. Let's see if we get him to jump again. Yep. Get another parry. Alright, so here we go. Fight's pretty much over now, as long as you're careful. Okay, he's gonna buff. Let him buff. Run back in. Then just run back up. And finish the job. Alright. So as I said, as I was saying in my explanation at the beginning, after you get those two parries, the fight is essentially over. You have so much damage, and the attacks you're able to get because he's one, either going down the buff, or two, going to call in his little clone thing, just makes it a piece of cake. That parry timing, it can be a little tricky, but you pretty much just want to do it as he starts flying towards you. He'll bring his sword back, and it's hard to explain, but once, like, say I'm standing right here. Oh, actually, let's just pretend like the blood splotches my body. As he starts flying, as soon as he gets, like, right here is when he starts going forward. So it's L2, parry him, and GG. You'll make it really easy for yourself. With all bosses, just give it a little time, give it some patience, and believe me, if you follow this setup, have all the rings, +10 weapon, you'll be good to go. I guess I should say, you don't have to use the Cestus Geistus as your parry weapon. I just prefer to. I think it's cool, and I just get in a good rhythm with it. You can also use the small leather shield. I like that as well. I like the parry animation on it, but I'm just more of a fan. I like using this guy, and it's a little less weight, so yeah, I guess you get a little more Flynn's ring damage, but not that much, I guess. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Next boss up is the last boss for this area, going to be good old Aldrich. So I will catch you then. Later.